Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. Signs Joan Vassos could be considering a move to Kansas. Did she finally realize Chalk Chapel is worth it? Since getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos and Chalk Chapel have maintained a long-distance relationship. But there are signs one of them may soon make the big move. Joan, who recently turned 63 years old, made her television debut on an entirely different Bachelor franchise show. She appeared as a contestant in the inaugural season of The Golden Bachelor and hit it off with 72-year-old Jerry Turner before having to leave the season early due to a family emergency. She was soon cast as the Bachelorette and met 24 single golden men, including Chalk. The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 ended with Joan forsaking all others to give Chalk her final rose boutonniere. In turn, he got down on one knee and proposed to Joan, who tearfully accepted. The happy couple rode off to spend the rest of their lives together and genuinely seemed happy. Everything seemed to be working out perfectly for the new fiancés. The only thing working against them was geographical reality. Though they've both been resistant to moving, there are signs Joan may agree to live in the Sunflower State one day. Before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelor Season 1, Joan was a private school administrator living in Maryland. It's where she raised her family and where her grandchildren live. Joan was married to Joan Vassos, the love of her life, until he passed away in 2021. They've been married for 32 happy years and have 4 children together before he was diagnosed with cancer. During The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan talked about being in denial when John was diagnosed. Joan never believed John could actually die and leave her behind. Before he passed away, John made Joan promise that she wouldn't live alone for the rest of her life. Joan kept her word and waded back into the dating pool when she decided to be on The Golden Bachelor. It's easy to understand why Joan would be reluctant to leave Maryland, where she lived the whole other life. Though she found love again with Chalk, it must be difficult to let go of the past. It's also hard because her children and grandchildren still live in Maryland. Like Joan, Chalk came to The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 after losing a great love. He was engaged to Catherine Gorey for 9 years before she passed away in 2022. Chalk is a Wichita native, so leaving Kansas for Maryland would be a large ask. The bigger issue for Chalk is that he owns a successful insurance company in Kansas, so moving away isn't an option. They've both talked about being happy going back and forth, but that could get old once the blush of new love wears off. Since getting engaged during The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 finale, Joan and Chalk have been going back and forth between Maryland and Kansas to be together. They've essentially been maintaining a long-distance relationship, and so far, it's worked out for them. After spending Thanksgiving with their gathered families at Joan's house in Maryland, they then celebrated Christmas at Chalk's house in Kansas. Recently, Chalk posted Instagram photos of him showing Joan around Wichita. Though they've said they intend to find a place together in New York, Joan looks so comfortable in Kansas. Though Joan has seemed to enjoy spending time in Kansas with Chalk, the Golden Bachelorette will probably not be moving to Kansas permanently. She's too close to her children and grandchildren. She could never leave them behind. Joan and Chalk's unique living arrangement involves them going back and forth to be together and eventually sharing a third place. They've even been looking at property in New York City. Joan and Chalk have been in demand since getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1. They recently appeared on the cover of Splurge magazine, which posted the photos on Instagram. The post's caption reads, "We're thrilled to feature Chalk and Joan on our February cover." Splurge magazine is a Wichita, Kansas publication, and Joan got their stamp of approval. Chalk has a great life in Wichita, and Joan appears to be happy in Kansas too. After getting engaged, Joan and Chalk discovered they shared a love of New York City. The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 couple decided that, while they keep their separate homes, they find a third place to share in New York City. They want to hang out together in the city they love, along with their children. During the early weeks of their engagement, Joan and Chalk spent a lot of time in the city and posted photos all the time. As whispers ripple through Bachelor Nation, one question lingers in the air: is Joan Vassos, the golden Bachelorette herself, ready to pack her bags and make the heartland of America her new home? Rumors are flying that Joan might be considering a move to Kansas, sparking endless speculation about whether Chalk Chapel, the affable and salt-of-the-earth contestant who captured her heart, has finally proven himself worth a major life change. For those who have followed Joan's journey, it's clear she's not one to make decisions lightly. A successful entrepreneur with a refined taste for coastal living, Joan has always been drawn to sophistication and urban vibrance. Kansas, with its rolling plains and small-town charm, might seem like an unlikely destination for a woman of her pedigree, but love has a funny way of shifting priorities. Signs Joan might be ready for a Kansas life. **1. A sudden appreciation for simpler pleasures**. During a recent Golden Bachelorette interview, Joan waxed poetic about the beauty of a Kansas sunset. "There's something about the way the light hits the wheat fields," she mused. "It's peaceful in a way that's hard to find anywhere else." For someone who once raved about Mediterranean vacations and vineyard tours in Napa, this newfound appreciation for simpler pleasures is a telling shift. Insiders reveal that Joan has been spotted learning to bake pies. Chalk's grandmother's famous cherry pie recipe, to be exact. "She's really getting into it," a source close to the couple shared. She even joked about entering the county fair next year. Joan Vassos at a Kansas county fair. Stranger things have happened, but not many. **2. Joan's social media transformation**. A scroll through Joan's Instagram reveals a subtle but noticeable shift. Gone are the glossy photos of high-end fashion events and Michelin-starred meals. In their place, heartwarming snapshots of Joan in denim overalls, standing proudly beside a rustic barn, and candid videos of her trying to wrangle chickens, with Chalk laughing in the background. Her captions have also taken on a more heartfelt tone. "Sometimes the best things in life aren't found in a city's bright lights, but in the quiet moments of laughter on a porch swing," she wrote recently. Fans flooded the comments with messages of support, many urging her to take the plunge and embrace the Kansas lifestyle fully. **3. Joan's budding friendship with Chalk's community**. Joan has reportedly been making regular visits to Chalk's hometown, where she's become something of a local celebrity. "People were skeptical at first," said a neighbor. "Joan seemed a bit too polished for our little town. But she's won everyone over with her warmth and genuine interest in getting to know us. She's even joined the town's book club and was recently seen attending a quilting bee. She's not very good at quilting yet," laughed one participant. "But she's got a great sense of humor about it." **4. A romantic grand gesture from Chalk**. Chalk Chapel isn't one to make grandiose moves, but when he does, they're unforgettable. Sources say he recently surprised Joan with a moonlit picnic on his family's farm, complete with a live country band and a custom-built swing engraved with their initials. That swing was symbolic, an insider explained. It was Chalk's way of saying, "This is where I see us building a future." Joan was reportedly moved to tears, and those close to her say it marked a turning point in her decision-making process. **5. A telltale real estate inquiry**. Perhaps the most concrete evidence of Joan's potential move is the rumor that she's been discreetly exploring real estate options in Kansas. A local realtor, who wished to remain anonymous, confirmed that Joan has inquired about several properties, including a charming farmhouse with a wraparound porch and ample space for a garden. "She wants a place that feels authentic," the realtor shared. "She's not looking to recreate her coastal lifestyle here. She genuinely wants to embrace the Kansas way of life." Did Joan finally realize Chalk is worth it? From the moment Chalk Chapel walked onto the Golden Bachelorette set, he stood out. not for his flashiness, but for his unwavering authenticity. While other contestants tried to impress Joan with grand tales and flashy gifts, Chalk won her over with sincerity and a steady presence. Chalk has this way of making you feel grounded. Joan once said, "He reminds me of what really matters." Their connection deepened as the season progressed, with Chalk's humility serving as a refreshing contrast to the more high-maintenance suitors. Though Joan initially struggled with the idea of trading her fast-paced life for Chalk's simpler world, it seems love has tipped the scales. What's next for Joan and Chalk? While no official announcement has been made, all signs point to Joan taking a leap of faith and embracing a future with Chalk in Kansas.